This is the Abundance Oracle here. Please subscribe if you're so inclined. Okay, well, let's get to it. So this is what happens when an Airbnb goes bad. And I'm not talking about the whole house. I'm talking about one group of people that come. I have a minimum age on mine, my Airbnb. It's a summer beach house. And this is during the summer, a maximum of 8 people, no parties allowed, no dogs allowed, no smoking allowed. It's an organic lot. Okay, so this happened about 2 years ago, and I'm going to discuss, so let me set it up first. Okay, so it's a young group of people. Probably one of them made the age requirement and the rest of them definitely did not. There were 8 of them that came, and this was a 4th of July weekend. And I let them in, and I left because it was 4th of July weekend, so I went and did something. I came back, and the gentleman from the golf course check-in place across the street said to me, "Do you know what your people did?" And I said, "No, what did they do?" He said, they parked all in our parking lot, which is a very bad thing to do, especially on a holiday. It doesn't work for them because they have limited parking space. And they set up tents all in your yard. So there was way more than 10 people that came. Way more than 8. I think I said 8 at the time. So there was definitely smoking because I found a cigarette underneath one of the chairs. I don't know about pets. I didn't see any evidence of pets, but they played indoor ping pong beer thing. They ruined curtains. How do you ruin curtains with ping pong beer? Well, the dining room table is pushed into the side of, it's hard to explain, but the side wall where the window is. So if you didn't pull out the dining room table and you just set it up side by side, and then somebody stepped on the curtains, which went all the way to the floor, the silk curtains, which went all the way to the floor, which cost $150 per yard. It was a very upscale place. It got all torn, so it was ruined. The volleyball from the volleyball court was nowhere to be found. Half of the badminton rackets, I guess you call them, were damaged, ruined. Either the tape's all off the bottom or they whacked it and it was bent. Some, I think 1 or 2 were missing. The barbecue grill wasn't cleaned. The canoe and the paddleboard weren't put back. The fire in the fire pit, they took my good oak wood that I pay instead of listening where they were supposed to take pine wood for the outside that I had set up for that. I mean, I could just go on and on. So let me tell you what happens is you take and you put up a damage report for all the stuff that was damaged or ruined during their time for Airbnb, because they say, "Oh, Airbnb, you have Airbnb and insurance, and rest assured that if anything happens to your place, we will reimburse you." Okay, so what that means is unless you have them pay excess insurance, you're only covered up to $5,000. So $5,000 goes really fast. But let me tell you the process. You fill out the report. You have to have pictures of everything, and then they send a letter back. And they ask you, "We would like to please see the receipt from when you purchased all these items, and that those items were brand new when you purchased them." So some of the items, you may not like the curtains. I didn't have a receipt. I had them machine made to fit my windows. And they were very expensive. That's one thing. Then how do you put a price on the cigarette smoking? I put in my advertisement, it said $1,000 for an rent ionization machine to get the smoke out of the house. And they said, well, that doesn't count. Okay. They ripped beach towels. How do you rip beach towels? I have no idea, but they ripped beach towels. There were two beach towels that were ripped. And there was, I have bath sheets, white bath sheets, and it's all monogrammed on the end of the towel. And they said, well, that towel has been used. Even if it was purchased last year, it's a used towel now. And we're only going to give you an allowance for some minuscule amount. Well, meanwhile, a bath sheet is about $120. A good quality bath sheet's $120. Plus, to get it monogrammed is another $20. So you're looking at like $150 for a bath sheet that only gets used for Airbnb clientele. So it was used maybe once or twice and then stored away all winter, and then I take them out again. So I think I got $15 allowance for a $150 towel. And I didn't have the receipt. I could tell them where I bought it from, but they said, well, unless you have the receipt, we can't tell that you bought them. So it was Serena and Lily bath sheet, which was very expensive. So all in all, the damage that I came up with what it cost was about $10,000. And what they gave me after 3 months, 4 months of arguing back and forth, having to go back to the store, I got the comforter cover. The comforter was from Pottery Barn, so I could go back to Pottery Barn, and they looked up, because I'm a frequent purchaser there. They could go back, they could get the receipt and send me a copy of it, and then I could send it in. I mean, it was just the worst nightmare that I had. So those of you who are anticipating having a rental unit for Airbnb, I suggest everything you buy to put in your unit gets Xeroxed and put in a folder for yourself for the first time or second time even that you have to do an insurance claim with Airbnb. Not only do you have the receipt, but you have to take a picture of the actual item. It is crazy. And you have to know you're going to have to be fighting with Airbnb to get reimbursed. And it took, I'm going to say 3 or 4 months, but I bet you now that I think about it, it has to be longer, because I had to go get all those receipts that I could get pulled up for recent purchase, because it was only the year before. And a lot of these companies don't save your receipts. Now, I could go to, because I charged them on charge card, I could go get, the credit card. It shows that it came from a certain location, but you can't get the actual receipt for a lot of places. And so they say, well, we can't tell what this was that you charged. So keep every item, especially if you're working on something that you're going to be buying. Like, let's say you get an old stone house and you're going to buy some shelving units to put in at Home Depot. It doesn't matter. Those wooden shelving units can go in your little binder, because if someone goes to accidentally falls and pulls on it and everything on the shelves falls down, you're going to need the shelving receipt as well. I mean, it is really crazy. And it's rare that you'll get reimbursed enough to be able to replace all your stuff. So I just wanted to make you aware of it. And if you're new and you're fixing up a place, now's the time to start your binder. Now's the time to be organized. It's good for your business plan as well to have those deductions, because your Airbnb is a business and you can take off your taxes all those expenses that you paid for. Like, I don't use those nice towels for myself or my kids. I only use it for my Airbnb people. So I have a separate little room dedicated to all the good sheets, the good linens, the towels in my house, to keep those separate. And okay, let me just say one more thing. Doesn't have to do with the insurance. Because the turnaround time is so fast, usually you have to leave my place by 10 a.m. on, well, it depends on Saturday or Sunday. So, and then the maids come in. There's like 3 of them at a time. They know my house, and I also work on it as well. And then Jim outside sometimes helps me with putting the canoe away and cleaning the barbecue grill. And I mean, it's just a lot of work for turnover, and it's got to be done very, very quickly. So the girls that come, they clean, they vacuum, they clean, they put the sheets on, but I have to have all the sheets cleaned, and you cannot possibly clean 6 beds worth of sheets and towels for 8 people and kitchen towels, and so you just won't be able to do it. So you have to have duplicates of all the linens. And it's nice, let's say, if your bedrooms can all fit a queen size bed or a king size bed, it's nice to have 2 sizes of beds, let's say a twin size bed and a queen size bed or something like that. So in the beginning, you're not buying each bedroom somebody having a twin size bed, then someone having full size bed, then someone having a queen size bed, then somebody having a king size bed. So it's just, if you can plan ahead like that, if you're going to be doing a new rental unit, or let's say you're buying a little hotel or something like that, if you can do them all the same size, you're much better off with that. Also, I have a commercial size washer and dryer. So if you don't have your washer dryer yet, you might consider for maybe, I don't know, I maybe paid an extra $100 or $150 or something for a large heavy duty washer and dryer. If you're going to be using it all the time, it's, I would say, I don't want to say worth it, I'm going to say it's almost mandatory. The size of my water heater is also a commercial sized water heater. So people do not have to worry about, okay, 8 people, you came back from the beach all together. I need to put an outdoor shower in, but that's another point. Let's say 3 of them pop in the shower, because I have a lot of bathrooms. So 3 of them can pop in the shower at the same time, and people aren't running out of warm water or cold water, whatever they need. But if 3 are taking it all at once, and then one gets out and another kid jumps in, I mean, you just don't know. So if you're in the process of building or reconstructing or looking to purchase a condo or some other unit, just know you need to think heavy duty. It'll save you a lot of grief and aggravation going forward. All right, as usual, I'm going way too long, but this is very helpful for you to know. I'll just tell you, if you have to submit a claim, you're going to be upset. I have talked to absolutely 0 people that said they were well reimbursed and that they could go out and replace everything that was damaged. So just know in advance, that's the way it is. Okay, this is the Abundance Oracle. Sorry for the bad news, but it's better to know and have an extra amount of money put aside and not be crazy about it when it happens. All right, I love you all. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base. It would help me out a lot to get the numbers up. Okay, love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.